Hi, everybody. I'm Candid Stanisci, and that is Gary Groob. And the man with the blank expression on his face, so replaced by a pitcher, is the Toronto Rock and Oakville Rocks, Isaiah Morin Weeks. Isaiah, move your face a little bit, please. No, it's just a picture. I'm having fun with you. Listen, you guys have done something that no Rock team has done in, God, I think it's 10 years, right?
15 years, yeah.
15. There you go.
Yeah.
First of all, when the season started, I want to ask this question, but I should ask the first question we always ask because I'm really dying to ask that question. I should calm down. What got you started? What made you pick up a stick?
Honestly, I was kind of born into it. My older brother played lacrosse and he was a goalie, so I was kind of born just in the arena when I was he was 6 years old when I was born, so he already started playing. So my mom was having to take me to tournaments when I was born. So I was kind of just born into the arena and just loved lacrosse ever since.
What kept you in it?
Honestly, just the sport's just so much fun to me, and I just have a huge passion for lacrosse, and I just love the game so much.
I'm very curious about that. I was so excited to ask that first question. I'm dying to ask that question. You know, you better than anybody, as much as anybody at the very least, understands the passion with which the Toronto Rock exist, the world that they've created, that the owner has created of the Toronto Rock, and to spend 15 years not winning a championship. Coming into this year, I don't know how predictable it was for you. And if you said it wasn't, we'd believe you, because essentially the word is, at least from those of us that have watched, it was a lot of the credit goes to the rookies. So when you started this season, how did you feel about the team and knowing 15 years? And when did the idea come to mind that you guys are going, we actually have a chance to do this? I mean, a real belief.
The older guys put that belief into everyone in our whole team from the start of it, and so did all our captains, and so did all our coaches. It was kind of just a belief from the start. We knew we had a good group just from the start of it, just from training camp and it all. We just knew we had a good group, and we were so tight, and we stayed close together the whole year. And we just knew throughout the year, like after every game, like after every loss too, like it was just like next game we're going to bounce back and we're going to get a win. There was never a loss where we sat there and we lost another game. It was, we were always bouncing back, and then we'd go on our runs. And there was just a full team belief.
And you're always in every game. There were a couple of games maybe iffy, but for the most part, you're in most games.
Yeah, just for most games in the regular season I played this year, just for a couple. I had got 7 games this year, and they were really great to be in, and the older guys really helped me out, and it was just such a great thing to be a part of this team.
Now, I'm going to pass it over to Gary because he's dying to ask a few questions too.
All right, I want to drill back a little bit. Growing up in Ottawa, really, who were your biggest influences? One of the guys who actually formed the lacrosse program in Ottawa is an old friend of ours and been on the show a few times, Brad Joseph. But talk to us a bit about the area itself and just getting in and your biggest influences.
Yeah, definitely the biggest influences in Ottawa lacrosse, I'd say, are Matthew Firth and Jason Tosse, and they did very well for the Nepean minor program growing up, and we were able to be one of the first Nepean teams to ever win midget A provincial championships, which was a super cool thing to do for Nepean and get Nepean lacrosse on the map. And just our junior B lacrosse team there is too. It's just they've done so well with winning founders and just making so many runs in the playoffs, and they're just really putting Ottawa lacrosse on the map at the moment. And got to give a lot of tips to Matt Firth for running that program and doing so well with that.
Right. Now, when did you realize that like lacrosse was going to be more than just like something on the side, that this is something that you could do?
Kind of like everyone else, I definitely played hockey growing up too, and kind of around the age of 16, 17 years old, I decided to go the lacrosse route and full route, and just kind of decided I liked the sport a little more than I did like hockey, and went with that.
Right. Right. Now, you went to the Hill Academy, and we've had a number of guys who coached there, a number of guys who played there. Talk about your time there and how it helped develop on going to university for one, but just your whole game in the whole process.
Yeah, I was only there for a short 2 months due to it was during the COVID year, and all the
Right.
high school we got shut down about 2 months in. But the 2 months there, we were able to get some practices on the field, and just being able to work out and practice every day was such a and just have those all those coaches around like Brody Merrill and everyone, and it was just very great to have all those guys around and just be able to learn tips from them before going to school, and it was definitely a great spot to be.
Right. My question always is with the Hill, was Brody or was somebody at the Hill responsible for you choosing High Point? But if you're only there a couple of months, probably not.
Yeah. So my high point decision actually came before that. The high point coach John Torpy at the time actually came down to a box tournament and saw me, and that's how we kind of got the connection. And then Ottawa Capitals actually has a program in Ottawa. We go to a couple tournaments every year in the States, and it was in the FLG tournament where I ended up going to High Point because John Torpy saw me there and ended up recruiting me.
Wow. What was the biggest adjustment moving from Canadian lacrosse to Division One?
It was a very big adjustment, honestly. Pretty easy though, with it being a bigger net. Made it a lot easier to score, but definitely I like a more contact kind of game, and not kind of being able to set bigger and harder picks is definitely a harder part of the game, and yeah, definitely just the movement of your feet too, I'd say.
Right. A lot of Canadians succeed because of the box game into the field game because you're able to think on your feet and not everything is blueprinted. Was that the same for you when you went?
Yeah, it was kind of more like it was quick, but you definitely meet just trying the college game. You definitely meet a lot of bigger dudes at that level. I mean, the poles are like they're scary guys, 100% when you get to school and you're a first year and you're going up against a fifth year who's been there forever and he's been a starter, and it's definitely a little scarier. But after the first week, it's definitely a little easier to get your feet in there, and they definitely tell you that you're harder to guard than some of the guys.
Right. Now you had a good couple of years there, and probably the highlight game is against Robert Morris, where you had 6 goals and really kind of put icing on the cake, right?
Yeah, that was a great game. Yeah, 100%.
You finished your career with your college career with 35 goals, 25 ground balls, 8 caused turnovers. So it looked like you picked up the way and started feeling it pretty quickly and assimilated into that kind of culture.
Yeah, 100%. A lot of help to my teammates and the coaching staff too. That kind of helped me into the field game and kind of told me I can just mesh my box game into it, and I don't have to worry too much about getting my field game into it and worry about a right hand.
Right, right. It's also going to really come in handy, come sixes in the Olympics, and of course, there's tryouts for that, right?
Yeah.
I want to talk a bit about your junior career too, and being in with Mimico. I spent a bit of time in the Brampton organization, so a love-hate relationship there.
Yeah.
Still the best sandwiches around them. Talk about being there and in such a story building and playing for the Mountaineers.
Yeah, that was the best junior career. My best junior career, honestly. It was a great time there. Just everything. Dean George, the head coach there, got to give a huge props to him. He was awesome. He was the man. I mean, we had a couple good playoff runs and just so many good friendships and just so many good teammates. And it was such a good time down there. And just playing in that arena was so cool. Just the Drummond Street Bowl, I call it the best arena in junior A lacrosse, but some may say others. But best female sandwich as well. Can't go
Absolutely,
wrong with that.
absolutely.
But yeah, just everything there. It was just a great time there. I love my junior A lacrosse career there.
Right. If you can get parking, you've already got 2/3 of the problem licked.
Yeah, exactly.
What was there a lot of pressure because you were drafted high in the OJLL draft, and it comes with a lot of expectations. Were you able to handle the pressure easily, or did they really help you assimilate, or how did that all go?
It was honestly, they really helped me assimilate. They said just play your game, don't worry about it. Like, just it was kind of like just trust yourself at that point to know you belong at this level when you get into a game. Of course, I didn't play my first two junior A games, and then I got into one, and then from there it was just took off from there.
Right. Who really helped elevate your game so that really that the NLL would start looking?
I'd say one of my coaches, my first year in Mimico, DJ Cleveley, he was
Hmm.
uh, always in my ear about just keeping at it and just keeping at it and always getting better and sticking with it and just always improving my game. And then I'd say my brother was another big one, just pushing me all the time.
Right. Now here comes the NLL draft, and it's funny because normally when you're 35th overall, you are news, big news. But when 1, 2, and 3 go to the same team, it kind of is it takes a little bit of the pressure off. At the same time, it brings a lot of news to the entire organization. Talk about draft day, and here you are, and your name gets called.
It was a great moment. I was with some friends and family at my house, and I got the call from the team, and it was a great feeling. And I was a huge Toronto Rock fan growing up, and it was just honestly a dream come true to be able to become a Toronto Rock, and then to show up at training camp and to be able to work for a spot on the team. It was awesome,
Right.
and
My
then be able to win a championship at the end of the year as well.
Yeah.
It's a great
Yeah.
feeling.
Yeah, there's guys who have been doing it for years and years and years who don't know that feeling. So, yeah, that's spectacular. The
Exactly.
bigger question I have is your training camp. Was it what you expected?
Uh Honestly, it it was what I expected. Kind of. I knew it was going to be tough. I knew everyone was going to be going at it, fighting for spots, and it was very hard training camp. There was so many guys there fighting for spots, and just the scrimmages. They were super intense. Watching my first NLL scrimmage, it was crazy, and then just getting into one, it was like I was like, wow, this is fast paced lacrosse, and I love it. Just want to really be a part of it.
Right. Who took you under their wing most when you first got in?
Ah, I'd say all the guys really. The guys they do a really good job here. I'd say honestly though, Latrell Harris, we're always around at the track shooting together. Him and Challen Rogers as well, and Nick Rose. There's always around, just always being there for us.
Right. Now you have the extra added bonus at the track that you can go in anytime you want and practice and do things and ice and everything else. Talk about just all having that at your fingertips.
Yeah, that's it's a sweet thing to have. Just being able to go in there every day and just being able to train and just being able to work on your game every single day and just trying to get better for the next season.
Right. Now it's funny because Jamie and I were talking at the championship celebration, and we went back to 2010, 2011, and we had talked again about that special feeling that was around the team and in the dressing room and all the other things, and it kind of was there at times, but most of the time not. This year it was there. Talk about how that kind of aura around the team and everybody is more than just teammates to each other.
It was just the everyone just took the younger guys in, like all the rookies. The older guys, they just took us in right away. There was just everyone just connected together well, and everyone was always laughing and just having fun together. No matter, like, we were on road trips, just on flights, flight delays, like just hanging out. Everyone was always together, no matter what we were doing, and it was just an awesome group, and we were just clicking at all times, and it was just a really fun group, and just a group of awesome guys, and just a group who really wanted to win at the end of the day.
Right. Now, me personally, like being up in the press box for a lot of the games in and around, whether it's in Rochester, whether it's in Buffalo, any of the other spots, where I noticed this thing really make that turn, I believe was the Rochester game. And it was a game that Nick actually got hurt. But the team didn't look the greatest in the first half. Whatever was said in the dressing room at halftime, that was a different team in the second half. And that team jettisoned the rest of the season. And it came with Troy Holichuk having his, foray and looking more like B. Miller all the time. Am I close to where it is, where everything kind of gelled at that point, and you wound up winning that game, and just watching everybody back by the dressing rooms afterwards and seeing that kind of camaraderie?
Yeah, definitely. That was definitely a big game. You can definitely feel the energy. I mean, in the locker room, you can just kind of feel the vibe at halftime. Like the guys were saying how much they knew they had it at the time, and like you can see it. You can just see that they had the game. It wasn't too far, just a couple shots off, and there was no drop off at halftime. They knew they were still in that game, and they came up flying.
Yeah. And then, I talked with Rylan Hartley, of course, Rochester goalie, after the game, and he kind of, he played for Bruce Cod, in Orangeville and that, and he knew that at halftime that the adjustments and what he was about to face, and sure enough, you guys were just tuned perfectly, and you rode that the next number of games. And again, Holichuk played great in relief of Rose. When Rose came back, he was unbeatable. It looked like that rest bit that he had, as well as healing, was
They
exactly what
were
he needed, because he was
they were
incredible.
both unreal. They were both so unreal this year for us. They were just the just a great tandem together.
Right. Now, you and I talked at the celebration also, and what I had mentioned to you was, as the season went along and you got more comfortable. Initially, when you got in the lineup, it was you were a spark of energy, but at times we're looking to see where exactly you fit in and where to be on the floor. And as it went along, you were always in the right position, whether it was by accident or on purpose. You were always in the right position, and you really created a lot of energy and, of course, timely goals.
Yeah, I just try to keep my feet moving at all time and try to get to good spots on the floor and try to get my teammates open. It's really what I try to do when I'm out there, and just it was just a really fun time. And sometimes I'm in the right spot and can get a quick goal, but yeah, it was just a really good feeling just to go out there and just buzz around and just be an energy guy for everyone.
Right. Now, Frank alluded to it also, that the rookies had a lot to do with the championship, and I agree 100%. Is you take a look at the way you guys were put together in this lineup, and you had you with in close and speed and good shot. You had Owen Hiltz, who had just an absolute howitzer from the outside. You had Lucas Hugal, you had Kelleher, you had, of course, CJ Kirst, and everybody brought a little different thing to the lineup. And when everything was working great, it's really difficult to defend just the five of you guys, let alone Mark Matthews, Josh Dalwick, Dan Craig, and it goes on and on and on. Talk to me about just everything in there and the different personalities and the different looks that you could bring, causing havoc to anybody against you.
I mean, yeah, those guys, their game is just so good. I mean, CJ and Hiltzy, they're just two amazing players. I mean, both of them up for Rookie of the Year. I mean, just that's so huge. I mean, you can also throw Sam English in there with him being his first year too, and Sammy winning the Finals MVP. He's such a great player, and Lucas Huckel, he's a great defender, and you can't go wrong with that guy at all. He's just a huge guy, and then Hugh always brought the energy on defense, transition, and everything, scoring goals, big time goals when we needed them, and just a great group. And then you talk about our older guys. You had Krager, who's just the man. He does everything. He's the Iceman, scores all the big goals, sets all the big picks, does all that stuff. You got Boosh, who does everything. He's doing all the crease dives, setting big picks, scoring big goals. You got Josh scoring big goals for us all the time. He's got the outside bomb, and then all the quick sticks and all the feeds. And then you got Mark out there just scoring, feeding, doing whatever possible for us. And then just everyone on that roster. I mean, you can go up and down it, and just what we had was just a great group.
Yeah, and you think about it, it's a testament to you guys as well, is you had a number of guys that season-ending injuries midway through, and most teams would just be going, well, there's next year. You guys took it and went one step further and brought in next guy mentality to a whole new measure, that it actually ramped up the intensity.
Yeah, I mean, it was always just the next man up. I mean, everyone knew they were ready no matter who was up, and we were always cheering on each other. I mean, the guys down with injuries, we were battling for them the whole season, and like that was always for them. Someone got hurt, it's always for them, right? It's always for your teammates. That's what you want to win for.
Now, the one player that I didn't bring up and really deserves as much credit as everybody is Nick Rowlett. Nobody really thought that much of it when the deal was made, but you guys went from not having a face-off guy with TD Erlin not being in the lineup to a guy who not only beat one, but he beat the top 3 guys in the league in the playoffs. Game in, game out. That's got to give a whole different level of energy to everybody when he's
Oh
battling.
yeah. Rowdy was awesome for us. He was the man. He won so many big face-offs for us. He was a really big game changer and a spark plug in our change room.
Right. Now, let's go through the playoffs a little bit because, we're talking about a team who didn't make the playoffs the year before, which is completely foreign to a Toronto team. And, a few things here and there went wrong. And, of course, now with the draft and all you guys in and everything is working, you play Saskatchewan and you're in Saskatchewan, which is usually a really difficult building. And you guys, from the start, set the tone. And this was the kind of tempo and intensity that you guys had the rest of the way.
Yeah, I mean, we played them the week before, and we knew that we were gonna have a big game against them again the next week, whether it be home or away. We kind of figured, and when we got them again, it was kind of a good matchup. We've had good battles with them the whole year, and just two good teams going to battle at it. And we were going to have to work hard. They were going to have to work hard for the win too. And we just knew whatever team worked harder and just stayed more principle focused was kind of going to come out at the end. And it was great to see us come out at the end with that.
Right. Now we head on to against San Diego, and you had a lot of success with San Diego over the last number of years anyways. But game 2 all of a sudden was a whole different game. And they got the best of you. You come back home for game 3, and you guys completely turned the table on that one. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, that game was a huge juice game. Just going into that game 3, we knew just kind of like Saskatchewan, how we kind of had the kind of back-to-back game with them, as you would say, counting the last regular season game being against them.
Yep.
Just kind of going back and forth with them. We knew that we were going to get their best, and we had to give our best to go to the finals. And it was just going to be a dogfight no matter what. It was going to be two good teams going at it, and they were a great team. I mean, all props to them, and just the guys, they battled so hard during that game and really got us there. And just Rosie making huge saves and guys scoring huge goals for us, and just some great defensive efforts. And our defense was great our whole year. They held so many teams under 10 goals, and it was just so great.
Yeah. And you just frustrated the daylights out of San Diego in game 3. Game 2, they looked like they had gotten under your skin and like just turned the page, and it just goes, whoop, we start over, and didn't let anything from game 2 seep into game 3. And again, it shows character because character wins cups.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we just kind of knew that we just had to stick to our principles and play our game the whole time. And we played Toronto Rock Lacrosse. We're going to come out with a win.
Right. Now, all of us have seen the footage of back from what Hancock and them put together, and the intensity of the veterans to keep everybody on point. What was it like being there live as this was going on?
It's a really cool thing to see the veterans take control there, and just in moments like that, in an NLL final, in the NLL semifinal, just such a cool thing to see in your rookie season, and just a cool thing to be a part of, seeing how much everyone wants it, and just the want to win. It's just such a great thing to see.
Yeah, you get to be part of something that again, not lots get to be part of, but also as you develop your career, you have all these terrific veterans with all this past experience to draw from to build your character in the game and be that guy as your career enhances. Am I correct on this?
Yes, 100%. There's so many guys to lean on and look at. I mean, I watch Dan Craig's game a lot, and I love the way he plays. And just I ask him so many questions all the time at practice, and just trying to get so much off of him.
Right. We go into the finals, and you're facing Halifax, all Canadian final for the first time in forever. And what was the atmosphere like in the dressing room prior to game one?
It was everyone was so juiced up. Everyone was so fired up to be in an NLL final, and just Mark kind of took control in the locker room, just kind of cooled everyone down, just saying, just two more wins, two more wins, and that was the mindset.
Right. Now, you got off to a good start, and then Halifax took over. In fact, they were up by 5, but nobody panicked, which is, again, a testament to the character of this team. And you chipped away and chipped away and chipped away. In the second half, you totally dominated them. Defensively, you guys didn't let them breathe. Nick was outstanding in net. And you guys come away with a win. Talk about that for a confidence booster.
It was just a huge confidence boost. Just Nick was unreal. Our defense was unreal. We were scoring big goals. Just having that winning that first one was a big confidence booster, and that was a big push for everyone just to be like, all right, let's go to Halifax and get this job done now.
Right. And you head into Halifax, and Sam English, we mentioned him before, and right away he does his thing. And you guys get rolling from there, and you really never look back. And you could see it the more the game wore on, and getting the right bounces and doing the right things, and nobody did too much. They did their job. And again, character. Character wins cups. Now, the time is winding down. You're seeing it come down. We're into the last minute. Talk about what the feeling is. And
It was
go ahead.
it was an unbelievable feeling. We were all the guys that weren't playing that game. We were all throwing our jerseys on, just kind of waiting by the bench down the tunnel, just jumping, just everyone's all excited the last couple seconds, and then you hear the horn go, and he just released out the door open and released out onto the floor. All of us just sprinted.
Right, right. Favorite memory of the championship series?
Favorite memory. The goal to go. There was a goal. Owen Hill scored a goal going into the third period, and it kind of inflated them going into halftime. I
Right,
mean, going into half, we kind of felt it a little bit there. It was kind of like a more secure goal, and we knew we just had to keep our foot on the gas. And I just thought the shot was sick, and it was a big time goal for us.
right. It's funny because with me, the one that kind of said, divine intervention is here, is Mark's school. There was
Oh yeah.
no room for that thing to go in.
Oh,
Every time I watched it, I wanted
that's
to get
another
in.
one right there. I would say that's another one.
There was absolutely no room for this thing to go in, no matter how slow I watch it. And there it
No,
is. And it's like, yeah, somebody's wearing a Rock jersey upstairs because it's happening.
it's happened. Yeah.
Now, how hungry does this make the team coming into this coming year to repeat? It's kind of a silly
It's
question, but
Yeah, I mean, I think every team wants to repeat after
Mhm.
winning one, right? You want to keep winning after you win one, and you want to keep trying to stay at the top. So I'd say definitely very hungry.
Right. Down the road, when somebody talks about you winning your first championship, what would be the first thing that you would say to them about it?
That just really just the whole team effort, just everyone involved with the organization, the team, just everyone involved with the program, and just the Toronto Rock really won that.
Right. How great is it to have world champion beside your name right away? Great way to springboard into a career.
Yeah, it's an unreal feeling. It's sick. It's really sick.
Now, when your career is done, I know we're just starting, but when your career is done, what do you hope your legacy is in the game?
Just a hardworking player, honestly, that plays the game right and plays the game well, and just yeah, really just a hardworking player that plays the game well.
Right. What kind of values do you hope people associate with your name? Just the
Uh,
hardworking thing.
say good pick and roll, good slip. I
Mhm.
don't know, something like that. Just pick that up for me. Just even for just the kids, just for like smaller kids to say you can still do that and work hard to be able to play in the league.
Right. If you could go back to a young Isaiah Moran Weeks and talk to him, what kind of advice would you give him?
Uh, would have told him to keep on following his footsteps and keep on following his dreams, and that he'll get there one day.
Right. Right. Let's talk a little bit about a little bit of the State of the Union and the game itself. Where do you see it in the next 5 years? Do you think full time is on the horizon?
I sure hope so, but I really sure hope I hope so, but you never know.
Right. Right. Do you think that with the Canadian program the way it is, we can keep developing that elite player to compete? Because U.S. Boxla and from my trips out to the Rabeski tournament and watching European lacrosse, we're starting to look a little bit like hockey, where if we rest on our laurels, we don't really we can watch people surpass us. Do you think
Yeah.
we still have that program intact that can just keep churning out superstars like yourself and others?
I think for sure, yeah, and I think there's a really good program going on at the Toronto Rock with the Rock Stars, and there's so many good players coming out of that program, and really just so much raw talent. I mean, I've been helping out with a couple of tryouts the past couple of days, and these kids they're legit players.
Right. What do you think the biggest opportunity is for lacrosse over the next decade? Obviously, with the Olympics, to get another 280, 290 countries watching is huge. But my biggest concern is if we don't have an exit strategy for PLL and for NLL, we're back to where we are now, going, oh, that was great. And then we go back to doing the same thing. If we have the right people with the right exit strategy, we could probably take this from where we are now, 3-4, and blow it clear up into the penthouse.
Yeah, I mean, I sure hope that the Olympics is going to do a lot for the sport. I mean, everyone's hoping and pushing that it will be very good for the sport and after it, but at this point, all that's all we can hope for, that it's good for the sport and it really promotes the game after.
Right. What are your thoughts on sixes?
I think it's a really fun game, to be honest with you. It's interesting. It's very interesting, but I think it's really fun. We played it a couple times when I was at school, and I thought it was a lot of fun. But I know some people may not like it, but
They're
yeah, I
goalies.
don't think it's too bad.
They're goalies.
Yeah, the
Or maybe
goalies. Yeah,
maybe face-off men.
yeah,
Really
that
need
too.
them, do we? It's like playing shinny on field, isn't it? It's funny because like we're gonna get a lot of scoring and stuff, which is great for TV, which is
Yeah,
great for the
exactly.
Olympic pursuit. I had DeMarco, president of World Lacrosse, on, and I asked him why we had a form of this and not field or box. And the interesting thing that he had told me was there can only be 10,000 athletes by the IOC rules. And if we wanted to have lacrosse there's no way we can take a field team of, between coaches, trainers, and everything else, you're looking at 30, 35 guys, men and women, and actually have more than two teams to compete. By keeping it down to sixes, we can keep benches at 15. We can get 6, 7 teams in there.
Yeah,
And so it was born. It's not any of the other things that I keep hearing that, oh, well, we had to do this. And, because traditionalists, they're like, oh my God, that's not the game. I always thought, maybe I'm wrong in this one. I always thought that if we get eyes on the game, we can always teach tradition.
exactly.
As long as we have eyes on the game, which has always been my thing, that we need to have it on linear TV, which brings me to my next point. Having the more than just a game of the week and not having it just on Plus, to have this thing on a regular thing where a bar owner can turn the game on or turn TSN on or ESPN in the States, and that game's on, because I've watched it. As soon as the game comes on, you watch the crowd slowly turn, and they're fixed on it, because
Yeah,
lacrosse is the most addictive game in the world.
exactly.
And all we need to do is let people know about it, really.
I know. I think there needs to be broadcasted way more than just the game of the week. Then I think a lot of people really enjoy watching the game of lacrosse.
Right. That's why I think Flow Live, even though it's a pay window in MSL, is a big thing because being part of the organization and seeing numbers, it's like, well, it's doing pretty good,
Yeah,
and it's getting more eyes on it. Even if it's not getting more people out to arenas, more eyes are getting on the game, and that's never a bad thing.
exactly. Exactly.
Right. Let's talk a bit about MSL now, because we talked that you were going to get a trade, and lo and behold, it came through an email for me, and I had to make the graphic quickly. And here you are from onto the Oakville Rock, and with the exception of last night's game, you guys have been on fire.
Yeah, I mean we've had a great start. The guys are great, the team's great, and yeah, we just go out there and we work hard.
Right. Now, again, you're working for Matt, which is always helpful, but now you also have Kubrick, and you also have John Harrison as coaches. How different is it listening to their perspectives?
Yeah, it's definitely their perspectives are they're kind of all the same. I mean, Matty's big, and his perspective is great on everything. He really helps out our offense, and it's been awesome. I mean, his plays are great. He writes up some great plays for us, and just having him as a coach in the winter and the summer now, it's really awesome.
Right. Looking at the lineup, once you and Alex Simmons were added, all of a sudden this team was just to go with Josh as well, and a couple of others who are newer. All of a sudden you're this Energizer bunny that's given everybody all kinds of headaches, including Six Nations, because that's really the end goal. Can you beat Six Nations? And
Yeah.
I think you guys can. And the game that you played them, you had them tied up in knots for 2/3 of that game. And then, of course, by the end of it, they've got so many waves to throw at you.
Oh, they just got punches after punches to throw at you.
Yeah, yeah. But when nobody gives you a chance and you stand in toe to toe, this is a Chevallo Ali kind of idea. It's amazing to watch. And tell me a person who isn't cheering for the underdog and watching you guys go. My thought really is, if there's one team that can be that team, it's you guys. What's the feeling in the dressing room?
We're just going out every game and just focus on going one by one. To be honest, just whatever game it is, just trying to go out there and trying to get that win. That's just kind of the vibe that we got in our locker room. Everyone's clicking together and really just having fun, just connecting with each other.
Right. Now, you guys have played twice this week, and you played both games against Brooklyn. And I honestly, I don't really count last night because everybody can have an off night.
Yeah.
The game the guy had on Monday, I would say, is more the character of the team, and it's a hardworking team that just is unrelenting, and will just keep going and keep going and keep going until the goal is met. Am I right on that?
Yeah, 100%. That's exactly what kind of team we are, and that's kind of the motto that we roll with. And it's kind of Matty tells us before every single game, just go out there and work hard and be the hardworking team. Just go up there, push the ball, push transition, and work.
Right. Now, you play Coburg again on Sunday, I believe. Is that right?
Yes, that is correct.
And it's circled on my calendar because the only other team in the league that really has my attention is Coburg, because they're exactly the same idea. A younger team with a lot of energy, don't know when they're supposed to be giving it up and just keep going and have
Yeah.
decent goaltending, and really are able to be explosive, just like you guys. And having Landon Kells in net and Constantopoulos, he's certainly gone leaps and bounds from where he was last year.
Yeah, I mean our goaltending has been great so far. Those two have been great in the goal, and both of them are still on their heads in some games for us, and it's been awesome.
Right. Nobody be happier than, of course, your GM and Chugger, because, of course, Constantopoulos is the next big thing for Buffalo, right? So
Yeah.
watching him pick up at the MSL level, well, like anybody, Jamie's used the Oakville Rock for many years for auditions to see who would fit in with the chemistry of the Toronto Rock. And of course, Steve is obviously seeing how well his investment is here, and
Yeah.
it looks like he's doing terrific for a big man. He is just so agile.
Yes, he moves he moves so well for a big goalie. It's kind of crazy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now we're, dog days, and we're about 2/3 of the way through the MSL season. Has it been a grind, or is this just, let's just keep going?
It's just a let's keep going. It's been really fun, to be honest with you. Less of a grind and more fun. I honestly find it just kind of working at it, but definitely can't wait for training camp.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm actually, once free agency hits in a couple of weeks' time, that's when everything gets very interesting, and a few of the eyebrow raising things on some of the other teams. Which team do you think is up and coming in the NLL that we don't see on the radar?
Uh, I
Like
don't
we
really know. I don't know.
this time around, but
I'm gonna be biased and just keep saying The Rock, but keep saying we're still up and coming for another year.
I agree. I agree. You got a fourth round. You got a fourth pick overall coming. You
Yep,
have Ty English, Sam's brother, coming on this time around. So there's
exactly.
a lot of youth infusion of absolute,
Yep,
number one kind of picks. So yeah, I would say that's pretty cool. Plus, you get Phil back. You get Chris Weir healthy and all year long, and a number of other guys in there that just it's amazing. Guys who you didn't think would be in that upper echelon, who have just said, "That's me," and there they are. And everybody's in the same conversation as a Latrell Harris and something like that. Talk about having him there, because he got in there when he wasn't even old enough to have a beer at the end of the game.
Latrell's the man. He's the greatest. He's just the absolute best. He's such a great player, and he's a great person to talk to all the time and just to learn the game from. He loves the game of lacrosse and always wants to get better and always wants everyone else around him to get better. Um, he's just a great player overall too on our defense, and he led a lot for us this year, as long as so many other guys. Bill Hostrauser,
Yep.
he was just the man. He just the man in the locker room, the man on the floor, and just carried our team a lot on our defense.
Right. Actually, one of my favorite interviews with one of you guys is having Elijah Gash. I had him on the show last year.
Yep, Gasher.
For a big, solid tank of a guy,
Yep.
just so giddy and fun and having fun learning.
Oh, he's the best. He's the man.
Like he would run through a wall.
Yep.
Look at you and go, "Did I do that okay?" It's the most amazing thing. And he's also experienced the championships because he's with the Rochester Bats, who a friend of mine runs that, and Mike Cooper.
Yeah.
And two-time champ there. So it's easy to taste the success and want to bring it to everywhere, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Which also leads me to the question with you is, if a young player is watching this interview today, what's one lesson you want them to take away from this?
Just work hard and just keep following your dreams, and yeah.
Right. Has the definition of success changed as you're moving along in your career?
I'd say definitely not. I think there's definitely still a lot of things I still want to do in my lacrosse career that
Right.
I'd like to hit, and we'll see if those all happen, but just another thing to keep hoping for.
Yep. What do you think separates the good players from the players that leave a legacy? What is that intangible thing?
I think being more of being able to be more I don't know, just being a more of an all-around guy, not just on the floor kind of player, but throughout the whole organization, just being nice to everyone, just always being able to give a helping hand, and just being nice wherever you are, and just caring about the facilities and everything too.
Absolutely. If you could be remembered for just one moment in lacrosse, what would it be?
Setting up a big pick for someone to score.
Love it. I love it. That's the unselfish answer. I love that. Everybody else, I'm going to shoot that top corner, be the overtime goal. I love that. If lacrosse was a storybook, what would you think the title would be for your final chapter? I know we're only at the beginning, but
Hopefully How many championships? That would be cool. But probably maybe long journey.
Right, right. I would look at down the road, probably doing it now anyways with the Elite League and the Rock Stars is coaching and working your way in that way as well.
Yeah, exactly.
I was talking with a couple of the NCAA coaches like Don Zimmerman and Bob Terring, and one of the things that they kept bringing up is when they were playing, they weren't the star in the show, but they had to work that much harder, which meant they learned everything.
Exactly.
Became that much more of a coach because they had to do everything and see everything and work with everything, whereas the gifted players just do it. And I think that's the best coaches around. Also coming up and having to earn everything.
Exactly. Just having to earn it and just work hard for it.
Right. Now, what's next on the docket other than training camp for Isaiah Moran weeks?
Enjoy the summer playing for the Oakville Rock and hanging out at the house with the guys and just coaching the Rock Stars this summer, going to some tournaments and chilling around.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I really want to thank you. I know you had a busy day, and I know you just got back from the track yourself, and I really appreciate you taking the time to go through the career and a lot of the things that are up and coming. And,
yeah, 100%.
I really hope that we are able to keep in touch and get you back on as we're celebrating the next one.
Yep, 100%. I really thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Oh, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. I've had a lot of the guys from the Rock, including the coaches, and Jamie's been on as well. And it's just so much fun around the culture of the organization. And I've seen it since it was the Ontario Raiders. And it's amazing to watch, that this thing is coming around again in that same dynasty feel as the early 2000s, and having the right people in there. Like I say, character, not characters.
Exactly.
And when everything works right in the dressing room, it just translates onto the floor. And just watching you guys, I love watching warm-ups because it shows me who's on page and who's not. And watching you guys, even just warming up, you can just feel the chemistry.
Oh, yeah.
That's special. That doesn't happen very often.
We had a good vibe with our group. It was awesome.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much, as always. I appreciate everything that you do and everything the team does and everything the team does for the community as well. And wish you nothing but success. I'll see you around over at track for the MSL stuff.
Yes, 100%. Thank you so much, Gary. See ya.
All right. That was Isaiah Moran Weeks. This has been NLL Lacrosse Talk, seen every Thursday at 4 p.m. Please check us out weekly. Until next week, remember, keep your sticks high, keep your spirits higher, and take care. We'll see you next week.